Well, today's going to be a fun day because I'm going to be installing a roof box onto my 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser 250 Prado in some regions. I bought this car specifically to enjoy on long distance family trips. We take a lot of snowboarding and ski trips with the family, and I'm super excited to make it more utilitarian by adding more cargo space to the top. And the cargo space is my THULE roof box that I keep up there with this pretty ingenious roof mounting solution. Check this out. Bam. I actually, I haven't, there we go. User error. So easy to adjust. I'm actually going to keep it like this so I can dust it. I put it up here last season when I had it on top of my M5. Also, you could argue that I should just drive into the garage and plop it on top of the roof of the Land Cruiser. I don't know if this roof box on top of my Land Cruiser will actually fit in the garage. So if I put it in the garage, I might not be able to drive it out of the garage. To install the box on top of your car, you need a set of crossbars at the very least. In my case, I'm going with OEM crossbars, which attach to the OEM roof rails. Now, these crossbars install actually very easily. They have pins here, which align with holes down here. You can see here. And you can see these holes in there. So there's no way you can screw it up, and there's only one way to install them. So it's not like you can slide them forward and backwards. You can install them in one way. Luckily, the box that I am installing has adjustable arms, which means I can slide these guys forward and backwards and position the roof box in whatever position I feel is the most comfortable. So the spacing of these arms that are grabbing the crossbars can be easily adjusted. Now, usually when you get aftermarket crossbars, they come with little locks. In the case of these OEM crossbars, they do not. They come with these covers, which after you install them, you can pop with this trim removal tool. To remove the crossbars from the car, you use this provided tool, which actually comes with this torque gauge. You just unscrew it and screw it in, and that's how you either install it or remove it. My point is that if you have a lot of valuables in the roof box and you leave them somewhere in a public place, those in the know can simply pop off the plastics, remove the crossbars, lift up the whole roof box with your belongings, and be on the way. So the OEM crossbars are not the most secure crossbars if you are worried about valuables in your box. But as someone who fears nothing, I'm just gonna install the OEM bars. Simply line them up, grab my little tool and start tightening it. You see in there, you've got these pins that should be aligning to the holes. You can simply, I can do it because I've got full body PPF. See, they're now in the holes. What I'm going to do now is tighten it. And check this out. To get the right torque, this is what you do. You tighten it until this tool bends where it touches. You see, now it touches it. That means it is fully tightened. Let's do it again on the other side. Tighten it, tighten it. Is it touching? Is it touching? Yeah, it's touching. Now, the manufacturer says we should repeat this or check the tightness of these bolts every 600 miles. There's no one in the world who does it. And the last step is installing these covers, which is pretty simple. You slide it from the bottom and then you give it a nice big thump from the top. And this is what the Land Cruiser looks like with the crossbars installed. I love the fact that they're OEM because they kind of fit with the look and fit and finish of the car. And I also realized that if you technically had to adjust spacing, if you wanted to spread them out, you could technically drill tiny holes in this, what appears to be aluminum rail, and you can maybe drill your own holes and space it out. But in my case, my box is adjustable. If you're wondering, the spacing between these two crossbars, center to center, is 27 inches. Now this is going to be very interesting because the box is not very light, and I do need to transport it outside on top of the roof of my car. I don't have anybody to help me with it, so let's see how I do just doing it by myself. How on earth will I do it now? If I lift it like this, I can put it on top of the car. This is what this box looks like if you were to install it on your head. I'm assuming this is how professionals do it. This was easier than I thought. All right. So after I put it on, I made sure the grabbers here, you see, are grabbing them. Wow. All right, before we get too excited, we're gonna slide it, adjust it, then I'll show you how to tighten it. The reason why I wanna adjust it is, hold on, let me use my step here. See how handy the step comes? Again, video description. Nicely centered. Cool, cool, cool. Because you've got this roof thingy here, so when you open up the trunk, you don't want it hitting your box. So, okay, let's see. Look at that. Perfect. Before you go ahead and tighten it, you want to make sure that it sits center on top of the roof. You can measure the distance between the rails and whatnot, but in my case, I am not as anal, so if it's 1/4 of an inch off on one side, like it is on this side, yeah, we can just do that. Yeah, you just want to eyeball it. You can measure it. See, like on this side, for example, it needs to be centered here. So this center goes here, exactly in the center of the U. Bam. I'm not crazy, you are. Now, the last step is to tighten it. You open it up. So on the inside in this box, you've got these knobs that you simply tighten. And as you tighten it, this little arm, see, securely grabs the crossbar. You do it on this side, you do it in the back, and you tighten it until it starts clicking. See, it clicked. There you go. Now let's close it here. Take my key, you get it. Walk over to the other side. Because this baby can be opened on both sides, whatever your preference is. There we go. And again, tighten these. All right. And this, close it up. Take the key out. And we're good to go. And this is what it looks like on top of the car. I have to say, it looks wicked. Anytime I'd add an accessory to the car, especially one that's really functional, I am going to be using it. I use roof boxes all the time. It just makes me happy that I'm accessorizing the car. In this case, I accessorized it with what I consider is the best roof box you could get. I am seriously not kidding when I tell you that I have no idea whether or not this thing is going to fit or not. A sensible person would ask their spouse. In my case, my spouse is busy. So, what do we do? What do we do? Let's see. All right. We're going. It's going in. See, this is where you hit a little bump. Uh-oh. Touching. Touching. Crap. Is it touching? Oh, yeah, it's touching. Yep. This is what it looks like. There's no way this car will fit in this garage. The roof box is unfortunately too big.
10 seconds later.
I wonder if I can adjust the door. You know, there's a way you can adjust how far the lift opens up. Depending on your lift, I have to figure it out.
A few inches later.
That took a couple of seconds. Look, we adjusted the height to sit even higher than this door. As a matter of fact, I'm so confident that everything's gonna fit that I'm gonna put a camera on top of the box. I was able to get the whole car in the garage. The door is closed. Look, when I open the garage, so this arm is the lowest point, but still not low enough to interfere with this box. We're gonna go for a quick drive to see what the noise level is like. Because of the fact that the car is already shaped like a brick, adding another rock to the roof doesn't really make a big dent when it comes to excess noise. Yes, you do hear a little bit of extra wind noise on top of the roof, but as soon as you close this little flap, it's nice and quiet. And I am sure the MPG will suffer a little bit, although again, because of the square nature of this car, I don't anticipate it being a deal breaker. Anyways, I hope this video gives you an idea of what it is to install a roof box like this on top of a Land Cruiser, a GX 550, 4Runner, and whatnot. Anything that I used today, I will link in the video description. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll answer every single one of them, as always. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Jeez, making a thumbnail is always so weird.